Good morning, everybody, and this is your Forex day trade setups for today, the 1st of February. So, starting with Euro USD as usual, and tails the upside, tails the downside in the week. So, right now in the week, we've got a range bar, it's a second weekly range bar. Got a grouping of the oscillators here to the upside as well. So, it does look a little bit tired at this area. Also important just to realize that the monthly bar was yet another month of gains, so it closed not on its highs, still a bit of a tail here, but the first month of the year has closed relatively strongly. So I put that all into context. This could be a flag forming for a continuation up. We are in an uptrend, or it could be forming a channel for a bit of a deeper pullback here. Difficult to ascertain at the moment. We do have the Feds coming out tonight with their song and dance, so I'm going to go with the bigger trend right now. Here is your move up yesterday. We've got into the moving averages forming a flag. It would be very wise to watch this during the European Open on the 15-minute chart, and what you're looking at is a break of the flag. So pretty much the London breakout strategy would work wonders here. So the first 7 1-hour bars is your range. You break the upside, wait for a 15-minute breakup, take the trade to the upside, stop below the low of the morning, and this is looking like a move up like this. Let's get back to the hour. It's looking something like that, targeting somewhere in the 109,238 area. If you look to the left, you'll see that's top of what was a range. I think it's just been a couple of false breaks to the downside of this range. So that's kind of the setup we've got at the moment. Two ways to trade this. If it happens early in the morning, probably worth taking the risk. It is looking relatively bullish, and if I look what's happening on the indexes, it may just actually bounce the upside tonight with the data. But I'd try get that trade in early so I can at least get stop to entry as quick as possible. And then let it run just before the Fed minutes, well, not minutes, the Fed statement. Just take the trade off because you don't know what's going to happen at that point. There is still a lot of data coming out as well, so that could also influence it. But there's definitely a setup here for you to the long side. US dollar, Japanese yen. Nothing really going on here. We are ranging. We've been ranging for a week and a half now. Tails up, tails down. Oscillator's not helping us anything, not giving us any indication of what's going on. And if you look at the 1 hour, we are slap bang in the middle of the moving averages. So nothing really there, not like Euro USD. So this to me is a sit on hand still. Pointless even trying to second guess what's going on there. Moving on to pound, British pound, Japanese yen, pretty much the same scenario here. We are in between the moving averages. Oscillators are pointing down, indicating a potential break, but there's nothing there that I can see that's going to give us any indication of what direction we're going to move on the 8 hour. The 1 hour chart is a little bit different. We did move to the downside. We bounced off this area as I suggested yesterday, and we came back to test not really a solid bit of structure, but nevertheless, let's just humor the market. So that is the level that was tested. I would expect that to be tested again, to be honest. So if you're getting a rejection of 164.34, could be looking for a move to the downside. Just be wary of the fact that it would have to happen really early just to stick to this trend line here. So yesterday was a down day. I just want to get to the daily quickly. So you can see buyers coming in and then this engulfing bar. So oscillators groups the upside underneath the moving averages. Very possible that we are looking at a move down. There is some European data coming out today which could influence this. So two ways to do this. Leave it alone and wait for proper break of 160.042, which is probably the safest route, or alternatively wait for a retest of this level properly, 164.47, and then you can sort of put your stop above the swing high. That's all looking fairly interesting, and you might just get away with it on the 15 minutes by the looks of things. Yeah, so any one of these tails here could also influence price right now. Could also form a double bottom, so be wary of that. So the safest bet is just leave it alone until we get a clear indication of what's going to happen. So treat this as bottom of range, but with this trend line, I wouldn't want to be buying longs here. So I'm leaning more to the bearish side, but I want to see structure before we get in on a short. Lastly, Euro British Pound. This one's just all over the place. Yesterday we in amongst the moving averages here. Sellers coming in off the top here, 088021, and then we broke through it. So let's get down to the hour. Fairly solid break to the upside. What we're looking for is a pullback onto structure, and you should see this head and shoulders here. So head and shoulders, textbook way to play it. Just wait for the retest of this area. Wait to retest of the neckline here at 08821. Take your long, and you're looking at a move targeting this area here at 088410. So that's quite simple. Nothing rocket science about that. So that's kind of the only trade that I can see here. Just be a little bit wary. I think there were gaps here on the lower time frame. Just give me a 1 sec to just double check that. Yeah, so there's a gap down here. You can see there's where the bar closed and it gapped up and opened there. So there is a gap and nothing else. There's another one here, a little one here. So just put that in. Very small micro gap there, and a bit of a bigger gap here. So possible for pullbacks as far as 088021, which would be ideal. That would be an opportunity to buy, but it could also drop as far as 087893. So what you're looking for is price action on those levels. So you're looking for a pin bar, inside bar, engulfing bar on those levels. This is the one that I'd actually play. This one I'd be a little bit wary of because it would be below the moving averages again on the hour. So that's kind of the view I've got. Oscillators are separating, so I think you're probably going to get another move to the upside. Could just be a consolidation view here as well. Lastly on this, London breakout could also work. So first 7 or 8 1-hour bars, depends how you want to play it. Draw your range on the top and the bottom of that. 15-minute break the upside, you're looking for the height of the range, which will probably be this level here if it stays as it is. So let's just assume that that is what the range is going to be. You break the upside, fairly close to that upside target. You break the downside, then you're picking up one of these two tails here. So I think you're probably going to find it's going to drop a little bit more. So I would do that. Yep. Probably find that is going to be a range, and there is a bit of structure here if you look at that. So that's what we're looking for, 088166. Pull the base there, then you could also look for an early trade on that. So look for it in the European session at the open. If you see price action on this level, probably worth taking a trade there because you're going to end up with a 30-40 point stop loss for potentially 230 point gain. So well worth the risk to reward on that one. Anyway, that's it for me on Forex. Hope it helps. Just bear in mind you've got a lot of data and you have the Fed, so be very careful in your trades. Try and get your trades in early. If they do move, then you can just move stop to entry. But also bear in mind that with data you tend to get big gaps that happen, so it could gap beyond you. So not necessarily stop you out at where you think your stop is, but way below where your stop is. So it does tend to hurt occasionally. So my advice is take your trade off during big data events. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope it helps, and we will catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.